Hi friends, it's Brittany at Good Papyrus. So I just unboxed this Sizzix Big Shot, and I've been wanting to incorporate embossing and die cutting and things like that into my journals for some time now, and I figured now is as good of time as any. So aside from taking it out of the box, I haven't done anything else with this, so I want to explore some basic beginner techniques and just get a feel for the machine and hopefully give you guys some ideas for some cool projects. Okay, so I got myself kind of an embossing starter pack, if you will. Today we're going to be focused mostly on dry embossing and die cuts and the projects that we can use these in. So I got myself some floral butterfly die cuts, some ocean die cuts, tags. These mason jars look really versatile. So things that I think that I can use in a lot of my projects. And then I got some embossing folders. This came as a whole starter pack on Amazon. I will link where I got these in the description box. Just a whole starter pack with just different themed embossing folders. I think you get a better deal if you buy in bulk. I also got a 30D textured embossing folder. I think this will be really cool. I'll show you the difference. And then I got some embossing ink and powder. I think today we're going to focus on dry embossing, but maybe we'll do one or two little projects using this. Okay, so this is what it looks like just straight out of the box. Everything's kind of wrapped up. It really doesn't look like it needs much in the way of assembly. It's just has a handle here, a couple of parts, and it shows you here what it comes with. So the machine body, the handle, cutting pads, screw washer, and plug and die adapter. Handle goes this way, and it comes with this little baggie here, and all we're doing is putting, it looks like, this little screw, or we're going to put the washer on first. Hope you guys can see the washer, and then the screw and the plug. Oh, that's easy. If this is the only assembly required, it's probably the easiest thing I've ever assembled. Oh my gosh. I take this off. And I think that's literally the only assembly required. Okay, so I think we have assembled our machine, which was like super easy peasy. Okay, so in looking at these instructions here, it looks like this big platform, this is for actual embossing. And then this thinner one between two clear panels here is for cutting. So why don't we try an embossing folder first and keep it really simple. Okay, so I'm just opening the embossing folder. And I'm saving my clear packaging because I have a whole bunch of projects I want to do with it, including, I love making specimen cards with these. So I always save my clear packaging. Okay. Using the single sheet of paper. It shows here. Oh, okay, so this isn't just for die cutting. So it looks like what we do is this here, and then it shows the embossing folder next. Okay, and then it shows a piece of paper. So I guess we need a white piece of paper that fits in our embossing folder. And I'm just going to snip this off. Okay, and we'll work on some projects, making them colorful, and I have a couple of ideas, but right now we'll just make sure we can get our embossed print. Okay, so putting that there, and then according to this, so it has two different textured impressions and 3D textured impressions, it shows only one glass pane. Textured impressions, it looks like it is this, a glass pane, this, and another glass pane. Okay, hope I'm doing this right. Can't be too complicated, right? So, and then we just put it through. Okay. This doesn't seem right. Can't be right. It's too thick. Okay, maybe I'll try just one, because here it shows the folder and then the glass going over. I don't know. Okay. I don't want to break it. Oh, what a video that would be. Okay. That seems to go really easy. I feel like it can't be that easy. There's no resistance at all. There's no way that embossed anything. Yeah, no, it did not. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm just going to put this in the folder here, and I'm going to cut this down. I had seen some people talking about how if you spritz your paper, it kind of helps break down the fibers. I would imagine, especially with thicker paper, it may help. I think people are specifically talking about the 3D embossing folders, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm sure you could try, experiment with different kinds of paper, different kinds of embossing folders, see if you get better results. Okay, so this is a thicker folder, so I'm just going to, I think one should be adequate. And let's see how far back you're supposed to. My folder is moving. Seems pretty thick. Alright. Oh, you're supposed to have to apply this much pressure. No. Okay. Guess this is what I get for trying this for the first time on camera. Just gonna pinch it down there. if I can get it through the first part of the machine without it buckling. No, it's still buckling. And if I turn it at an angle, the folder, it just keeps sliding, the folder keeps sliding back. Maybe it's operator error, I don't know. I only have one folder on there. And this isn't even one of the 3D embossing folders. So technically I'm supposed to have 2 plates on here. This really didn't come with any kind of instructions aside from the graphic of the plate. And like the, you know, how many plates you're supposed to use, the sandwich, type of sandwich you're supposed to use depending on the kind of folder. Oh, this is so frustrating. You guys are probably yelling at me through the camera right now, like, do this, do this. I don't think it's supposed to be this hard. There's clearly something wrong. Okay, I'm going to try and flip the folder. Pinch it. No, it's still. Nope. Wow. Like, I can't imagine this folder isn't sized right because I literally bought it with the machine. I feel like I'm gonna damage it. Guys, seriously? Why is this so hard? This is infuriating. Okay, maybe I'll push the folder up so that it goes to the machine first. Oh my god. Ugh. This is gonna be a big fail. Big flop. I don't know, guys. But I've had bad enough of this. But alas, I have no idea. But you can hear how much pressure it took for this to go through. Okay, it's really, really beautiful, and I love the off-white. I think this is gorgeous. I definitely have things I want to do with this, but I wish I knew like how I actually emboss this. Help! So in case you're wondering how this is going, as you could see, there was so much pressure with the embossing folder and the cover that it shot the washi tape off my desk when it came out, and I just bent down to pick up the washi tape and bang my head as hard as I possibly could on the desk. So that's how this is going. Okay, so I'm gonna try vellum. Let's see how the vellum goes. All right, I am just going to, and again, I'm only using one folder, so I know you're probably yelling at me into your camera, your computer, like, just use one folder. I am using one folder. I promise, I'm just using one folder. And there's not nearly enough pressure if I just use the cutting surface, or whatever that is called. All right, so I'm just trimming the vellum. Let's start from scratch here. Let's see if we can do something different and not struggle like the last time. Okay, so I have my vellum. I have this. I'm putting this down. Okay. I think I went in this way the last time. Just applying the folder. Putting some pressure on. Okay. Okay. Oh wow! Look how beautiful. There is a little bit of perforation here, so I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have gone through it more than once. Okay, let's try another piece of vellum. I have a smaller piece here. Okay, now I'm actually getting excited because I see the potential. I don't know what I thought this was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like high tech. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of just like a basic, like a crank. Okay, so I still have a little bit of just really small perforations there. So, and I only went over this once. Maybe these 3D textured embossing folders, maybe something like vellum isn't the best material for it. Okay, I want to do something else. I have, let's see, let's try another folder. This is a thinner folder, so we may have to sandwich this with two different papers, or sorry, two different plates. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna try, I have this watercolor paper. I'm gonna try to send through. Just gonna cut it down. And then I have some cool things I kind of want to do with this. But I'm just trying to get a feel for the machine and what will go through, what won't. How many plates we have to sandwich folders with, things like that. Okay, I'm gonna try just the one plate. Oh, there's not nearly enough tension on there, okay. So, I'm gonna try one below and one above. Wonder if that'll be enough. I mean, I'm sure it'll be enough. I wonder if it'll fit through now. Let me try that. Okay, it's not really going. Man, it's either way too thin or it's not. It's too thick. Gosh. Man. This is not going. Oh my gosh, I don't think it's supposed to make that sound. Guys, this is not good. I'm getting really frustrated. This isn't everything I hoped and dreamed it would be. Can I say, I don't know. I don't know if this is like an operator error kind of thing, but my gosh. Okay, maybe turn the thing this way. This is, I don't know. Okay, this feels like it's, is it curling? Okay. If you want to see a pro embossing video and tips and tricks, you probably should move on from this video. This is probably a lesson in how not to emboss. It's ridiculous. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not being dramatic. This is wild. Absolutely wild. I'm really disappointed. I kind of want to take this thing back. I did not think it was going to be this big of a headache. Unless I'm doing something terribly wrong. Like it's a matter of sandwiching a folder between two plates. So I don't see how I could be doing it wrong. Oh. Whew. Okay. Maybe this thing just needs like broken in. I don't know. I sure hope it's easier than this to emboss, or else you're gonna see me bringing this puppy out once a year, because literally that is about all I can take of this. I can't even get it. I can't get it through all the way. Oh my God. I literally can't get it through. Oh my God. Can't get it the rest of the way through. This is not good. Maybe I shouldn't have forced it. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Okay, look at this. This is, okay, first of all, this is what the tension it did from the sticker. It ruffled this up. Seriously? These are like supposed to be made for this machine. I don't know. Okay, the paper looks really good. But it's, well, it perforated in one area. Aside from that, it looks really good. It's watercolor paper. We're gonna do some things with this. I am going to work on getting a couple more prints off camera. I'm gonna see if I can try some different techniques to make them go a little bit smoother through the machine without them perforating, and see if I can get that down pat, and then we'll work on a couple of projects that we can use our embossing and our die cuts. So I'm still struggling with this thing. I have to tell you, I really hate this thing. I don't know if there are better embossing machines out there. I spent over $100, and I'm telling you, like, I don't know what else I could possibly do. I've tried the folder every which way. I've tried like putting my body weight on it. Some of these are specifically made for this machine. Like, I've watched people online, and theirs seems to go through. Maybe they have different folders than me. I have to tell you, I wouldn't have bought this if I knew how difficult it would be to get this through. Yeah. I'm not going to use this if it's this hard to get this darn folder through. Okay, so I've had about enough. I am on the verge of throwing out this machine. So I figured before I do, maybe I will try to create my own, I'm so frustrated I can't even talk. Create my own, like, sandwich thing with a little less thickness. So I figured I could do this with 2 boxes maybe. I just cut them up to make sure that they're large enough to cover the embossing folder, but thin enough to go through the machine. And I'm gonna give it a whirl before I absolutely give up. And maybe we'll put the folder below so there's enough pressure on it. I'm not sure. I have no idea what I'm doing, as you can tell. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like there's enough pressure on it. I'm sure you could think of sturdier things to do this with. But this is my last resort, my last attempt before I just throw this thing out. I'm like not even being facetious. Okay, we got some embossing. So we got some embossing. It's not, it's definitely raised. It's nothing like this. So maybe we just need to add a little bit more thickness to our faux embossing folder. Let me go grab another box and I will be right back. I actually had a third box off to the side here. So let's try this with let's try this again. I feel like the embossing look is so pretty. I feel like if I could just find a way to get the correct thickness of the sandwich, this would be great. And hopefully I can show you guys something that will allow you to do this with not nearly the frustration that I've had. Because I can tell you, even the one that was made for the Sizzix machine, I had a hell of a time with, and I really struggled and finally got it in. This is the 3D textured one. These I got off Amazon, and it's funny because it looks like it's not as thick as this, but I can't get this through for the life of me. Okay, so we have that in there. This through. Putting this over top, and we're gonna try the 3 boxes. It's maybe too thick, I'm not sure. Okay. Now I'm getting resistance. Ugh. Oh, once I slid it in, I kind of slid it in when the folder was already sort of in the machine, and it feels like there's more resistance than the last time I put the folder through, where I didn't get much of a print, but it still, you know, it didn't require 20 minutes for me to get the folder through. So maybe I'll just go over it more than once. It's weird though, like, why is it so hard for me to get the embossing folder through? I shouldn't have to jerry-rig this, right? Just saying. Oh, that's really pretty. And can you see it? Sorry, I'm off at an angle here. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. I think the imprint is perfect, actually. There's plenty of embossing. It's not as raised as the other. Maybe it's because this one was a 3D textured folder. However, if you notice here, I don't have any issues with the perforations. I have to say my jerry-rigged system is much better than I'm having a much better time with it than I did with the 2 folders. Okay, so this is seemingly hopeful. I don't know what else to say, okay? Okay, I am back. I'm not gonna lie, that was so bad and so aggravating. I went and brought myself a glass of wine. That was just infuriating, I have to say. Especially like when you online, people make it look so easy. Oh, as if like we just pop the sandwich together and all of a sudden like the folder just goes through beautifully, and like I'm telling you, I think I may have gotten a defective machine, but here's the worst part is I got that like maybe 3 months ago or something on a sale, and I've been enveloped in other projects, and so I haven't pulled it out of the box. I mean, it has a warranty, but it's like, it's been, I don't know, 3 months maybe? So just at this point it's like, and maybe it is the embossing folders, but look, the one that I was using, where did it go? Okay, here, see? Sizzix. It was literally made to be compatible with this machine. I know I went online, and if you're wondering, we're just doing something relaxing here to cool our nerves. And actually, once I do this, we're gonna put an embossing folder over this, and I think this is gonna look gorgeous. But no, so I know that certain folders aren't compatible with the machines, and that you know, like some folders you're just gonna struggle with. Why am I sitting here struggling with every single folder, including the folders that are totally supposed to be compatible, that are Sizzix folders? Doesn't make any sense. And I tried it every which way, and I actually read the directions, which I'm not gonna lie, I like never do, and went online, and no one's doing anything different. Like, if you see something that I was doing egregiously wrong, please drop me a comment and let me know. But I'm telling you, I looked like it's just, I think it's my machine, I'm telling you. Okay. On that note, let's try and end on a positive note. We still have some projects to do and some things to crank out. We're running behind schedule because, you know, we've been battling with our Sizzix Big Shot for the last 2 hours. This is beautiful. Let's use this. My nerves are fried now. Sorry. Okay. I know I'm a little out of frame. I'm just putting, let's see. I think because I'm using the boxes, it's better to put down the folder first, and then this top folder to sandwich it. And here we are with our 3 box pieces. Okay, just getting it started. It's gone much smoother. See, these are the things I hope whoever's watching my video, I hope if you're struggling at home like me, you see this and hopefully this helps you. I feel like if someone would have just told me, well, you should just jerry-rig your own. But you know, when you pay $120 for a machine, you expect it to work. I'm just saying. Don't sue me, Big Shot. Don't sue me, Sizzix, but I'm just saying. When you pay $100 for the machine, $100, you kind of expect the folders to go through without a whole ton of fuss. Let's see, I don't know if there was enough pressure on it. Yeah, there wasn't enough pressure on it. Okay. Well, what if for this folder maybe I do need 2 of the plastic things? Nope. I don't think so. No, it's not gonna go through. Okay. I think for this one, let's see, let's try the plastic on the bottom. this time and see if we can get our paper embossed. Maybe we just need to go over it. No, I can feel, I don't think there's enough tension. Alright, I'm gonna grab one more box. This is actually a piece of 2 boxes. Might be too much. Okay, it feels like there's a good amount of tension. Okay, there's more tension there for sure. Just going over it again. You may have to do this if you're using a jerry-rigged setup like me. I don't know that your embossing is going to be as good without the plastic sandwich, so we're just going over it. There's definitely tension on it this time. How many pieces of boxes, for the record, are there? In addition to the plastic folio, one folded over on itself, 2, 3. These are really thin. Please work. Okay, beautiful. So we have our embossing. It's not, I don't know, I guess the embossing is pretty good. I would really like to do something to make this butterfly stand out a little bit. You know what I think would look really nice? Either rubbing a stamp over it, some gold gilding wax. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, you know what? And actually, I think the moon would really look nice with the gold gilding wax. I'm thinking of some purple for that really pretty butterfly. So, oh no, I'm just gonna go for it. I might ruin it. That looks pretty. It would look better if I wouldn't have picked up the stamp. Okay. That's really pretty. And I'm just gonna come in here and take this and so I'm just trying to figure out where the moon starts. I'm not gonna get it just on the embossed. I feel like if this was a little bit more embossed, this would look better. Instead, I'm kind of getting more gook on the non-raised portions just because there isn't as much separation from the raised portions and the non-raised portions. I'm not sure if that's entirely true, but it just seems that way. Overall, I think that's really beautiful. I like it. I like it. I think that'll look really nice in my spring journal I'm working on. So, okay. So it's definitely sloppier than I would like. Again, I think it's because there isn't as much separation between the raised portions and the non-raised portions because it's not as embossed. Probably because I'm using boxes instead of the plastic folio. But let's get one of our really embossed things. This is one of the folders that actually was working with the 2 plastic folios sandwiched. I really thought this is gathered twigs. I'm just wondering, I bet this would look really nice. So I'm just lightly going over the embossed portion. Okay, and when you do that and it's really, really embossed, I'm not getting a whole lot of ink on the non-embossed portion, so it's really making it stand out, and I'm really loving the look. Ooh, you see? That's really beautiful. Okay, and I got my aluminum foil. I feel like this will be easier to emboss and get an imprint, so it may even look better than the paper. That's the aluminum foil. Like, what a cool texture. Okay. So, do the same thing here. Plastic on the bottom. Sandwich. And the boxes, since, you know, what a sore subject. Okay, so let's see. So there's definitely tension. Okay, maybe it's too thick. Here we go. We can add this. It seems like if you don't have enough tension, if you add the extra layer of box after the rest of the sandwich has made it through, it seems like that creates the best results. Okay, now there's a lot of tension. It's going through okay, but there's a lot of tension, so I hope I didn't perforate the foil. Ooh, perfect. Wow, I love this. Oh no, I perforated it. Okay, but look, like, as long as you don't touch it, I'm gonna glue this down to something. So that's what I was worried about, because there was a lot of tension on it. In terms of like it being sandwiched. That's what I'm saying. It would never make it through to emboss, like using this folder, using like something thinner, like aluminum foil or vellum. Oh, using the plastic things, first of all, I couldn't even get it to make it through, let alone emboss without perforating it. I don't know. I feel like these Sizzix machines should come with like a warning and like a, you know, it should include it in the instructions and just acknowledge that some of their folders don't work with the traditional plastic things. Maybe that's a controversial statement. Hope they don't come after me. I'm just saying, like, you know, and maybe some of you embossers out there will drop me a comment and say, oh, you were doing this wrong the whole time. And maybe it's true, but literally I tried everything. Tried everything to troubleshoot it. Okay. On to the next. I think this blue vellum would be gorgeous. Oh, you know what? Hold that thought. Okay, do you remember the washi tape, the DIY washi tape video I made? I have these blank strips left over. If you are wondering what I'm talking about, I will link the video above and in the description box. But I was thinking, how cool would it be to make washi tape swatches using the embossing folder. Now you gotta lay these down kind of perfectly. I don't know that they're gonna stay like this, but if we could just get a little embossing on them, I think this would be such a neat project. Okay, now I'm going to trim the excess. Okay, trim, trim, trim. Okay. We have this and our plastic and sandwich. Ooh. They've already moved a little bit. There we go. Okay. Like I said, I'm finding it best if you start with your block and the plastic folio and then like 2 boxes, and then once it kind of starts to go through, feeling it out if you need extra, then putting this last one through when the plastic has already gone through. And it is cardstock, it's thicker, so you may need a little bit more to get it embossed. It doesn't feel like there's enough tension just with the, I keep saying tension, but I guess I kind of mean thickness. Maybe I'll separate these. Because it seems like some of the folders I need 1 and some I need 2. So maybe it's just better to separate them entirely. That feels like the perfect amount of thickness. It's thicker, so I'll go over it more than once. I hope I could save some of you a little aggravation. I'm telling you, I would still, if I wouldn't have chopped up those boxes, I would still be standing here and like applying my entire body weight trying to get this to work. And that is just maddening. Okay, so we have like little washi swatches, and what we can do is we can either take the whole stamping block and just go along here. Okay. Oh, this is really pretty. I love these. Okay. Or we can, let's try it with the dauber. This is barn door. What am I, oh. It's not as, yeah, you can't single out the embossed area as well, I think, when you use the dauber. But still beautiful nonetheless. You could just spray inks, whatever. These are beautiful. I can't wait to, like, how pretty would these be just used to outline a picture? Or you could make a scrappy notebook out of these and use this as like a topper. Oh, there's so much that you could do with these. You could make little clusters. I just think the texture really adds something special. I love that. Okay, let's do, you know what, we've had enough of this embossing nonsense, haven't we? Let's make some dies. Okay, so I have this, I have the plate. These are the thinlets. It says thinlets. So it says you use for the thinlets, you're going to use this. Then you put down this. Is that what it says? Okay. Then you use this. There's no way in hell this is going through my machine. This is what it says. I just want to prove to you guys. This is what it says. It says the plate, this white plate, okay? This is thin lits. I'm showing you. Thin lits, okay? Now, we're gonna do exactly what it says. It says you take this thick plate, then you put this down. That's what's pictured. Then this plastic plate, then your paper, and then, oh, well, you're gonna put, okay, so on top of this, we're gonna put this, and then I think the sharp side should be up against the paper, and then the folio. There's no way in hell, but we're gonna prove a point here. Okay. So I'm gonna do, I think the sharp side always goes up against the paper. I love these little tags, they're gorgeous. There's no way this is gonna work though. And not as pictured. If it does, I will eat my words. I'm just saying. So the thin, or the sharp part is supposed to go up against the paper, I believe. That's the one thing I did read. I didn't do much research, as you can see. That's one of the things that I did research. It looks like there's actually enough to maybe get an impression or get a cut from each tag. Okay, and you see paper, and then this. That's what this calls for. Just situating these. If it works, I'll eat my words, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna be eating my words, and you know what? That's fine with me. I am so darn frustrated. Just going over more than once. It is nice that something actually worked as stated it would. Like, these actually worked beautifully. Look at these. No struggle at all. No muss, no fuss. Amazing. And I think these tags are adorable. Now, it definitely made cuts into the plastic. But I guess that's okay. I guess. Okay, these I love. I cannot wait to do something with these. There's one little tag it didn't cut perfectly. but there's clearly a nice mark where it perforated it. So I'm just gonna cut along the edge there, and beautiful. You would never know. Okay, I love these. I cannot wait to do something with these. Okay. Amazing. Like, you would go to the store and these would be like $4 a pack for a couple like a couple little tags, you know? So this is totally worth it. I love these. That worked amazingly well. And I can't wait to make little layered tags with these. And actually I made layered tags in a previous video. Obviously I didn't have a die cutting machine. I will, if you're interested in layered tags, the concept was just to use multiple different medias to create a layered look. So I used a tag, which I show you how to cut a tag by hand. Of course it won't be as fancy, but they look great. And then just layered fabric and beads and things like that on top, and they came out great. So if you're interested, I will link that in the description box. But these worked phenomenally. I am thrilled with these, and maybe we can even use the negative for something. Maybe I'll cut around these and actually use these as a stencil, you know? So look at that ticket, right? I could trace this out onto another piece of paper and cut out the tickets, or I could use my dauber here and just basically use it as a stencil and then cut it out or whatever. I really like this. I think I'm gonna cut each of these out, just cut like around this, for example, and then I'll have a stencil. So guys, I hope you found this at the very least informative. I hope if you're struggling with your embossing folders like I was, I hope this gives you some ideas as to other things you can use if you can't fit your embossing folders in between the traditional sandwich as recommended. Obviously, once I got past that hurdle, I'm pretty happy with the results, and I love the embossing look, and I can't wait to use it in other projects. This wasn't exactly the video I had planned, and I'm kind of exhausted after that whole debacle, but I hope you maybe at least found some entertainment value in it. And again, if you're struggling at home, I hope this gave you some ideas as to other things you can do to sandwich your folders correctly, so that you can actually emboss your stuff. So if you found value in this, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you the next time.